Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Gravity Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Terrence Grandison. I'm here with my
D.
boy D, and we'll be going over a recap of the Monday Night Football game, the Jazz surprises start, Warrior struggles, and a lot more. But bro, before you get started, bro, how you doing, bro?
Straight,
bro.
good.
Huh?
I said you good.
Bro, I'm straight, bro. It's just this college shit crazy. This college shit crazy, bro.
We've been trying to.
We've actually been trying to do this like
for the past week,
like week or two, bro. But
been too busy.
We just been busy, but we here now, and we gonna try to stay consistent. I can't promise y'all that we going to, because I want to try to upload like every 2 weeks, but not I said every 2 weeks, twice a week. But I don't know if we'll be able to do that, but we gonna try for y'all. We gonna try. We gonna get into the Monday Night Football game with the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Commanders, it was a crazy game, bro. It was crazy. Jalen Hurts played a good game. He threw a pick though, and what's his name? Quez Williams, bro.
Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins. I mean, yeah. He really sold the game for them.
That's what everybody been saying.
he really sold the game for them with that fumble. But and that Goddard fumble too. Goddard fumble. That's what really killed him. Because I feel like the Commanders didn't. I feel like the Eagles beat themselves more than like the Commanders beat them. Because if it wasn't for those two mistakes,
they would have won.
They definitely would have won, bro. They definitely would have won. Taylor Heineke, he played well. He was doing dots to Terry McLaurin. I ain't gonna lie, he was doing hella dots. Brian Robinson, he had a good game too. Yeah, he had a good game too. And
who else?
Antonio Gibson, he had a good game as well. And the Washington defense, they stepped up really. They really stepped up. But like I said, I felt like the
Eagles beat themselves.
Yeah, the Eagles beat themselves. Man.
They did because they were the better team.
Mm-hmm.
They are the better team.
Yeah.
So, like you said, the 2 fumbles, interception, like all of that, they paid for them. Those consequences, those actions that transpired had consequences. So
yeah. And plus, that's their first loss of the season, right?
Yeah,
they're 8-1 now. So I still feel like they're Super Bowl contenders in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're still Super Bowl contenders, but I don't.
But
they're not better than the Bills, the Chiefs, and
who else? Would you put the Vikings in that situation? You think the Vikings are better than them?
Honestly, it depends on how Kirk Cousins' performance, really. Because that Vikings game, he was just against the Bills. He was just throwing it up to Jettis, bro. Justin Jefferson. He was just throwing like that one catch, that one ball he threw. That one ball he threw. I don't know. That was a horrible pass, bro.
I don't know how he.
That pass was
garbage
as fuck.
It's Jettis though.
That pass was garbage, bro. Like he just said fucking and went up and threw it to him. Like it was crazy. Like, but to answer your question, yeah, I do. I do think the Vikings. I put them up there with the Eagles, Chiefs, and Bills. Do I trust them? It's like it's 50-50 with me. It's 50-50.
I feel like Philadelphia defense legit. So like Philadelphia, they NFC, right?
Yeah.
So hypothetically speaking, if they were to meet in the playoffs, I feel like Philadelphia defense is what's gonna carry them through that game. Especially with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, I feel like he's iffy. Like you said,
he's iffy.
Vikings only as good as they QB. So I feel like they just gonna clamp down on that, and he just gonna. I see him throwing at least 2 picks in that game if they meet.
2 picks.
Yeah.
because the Eagles did beat them early this season. They beat them in week 2. But
like,
that's just a regular season. Anything can happen. Like I don't think there's a clear Super Bowl contender. I mean, not contender. There's not
the
like a
Chiefs?
clear team that's like unbeatable. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen. Shit, the Jets are good now. Like, so the Jets are good now. Like,
that's
anything
what
can
really
happen.
surprised me.
The Giants too. Giants are good now. Every team in New York, well,
I like their defense. The Giants, they got a nice
the
defense.
Giants. Yeah, I like their defense too. I like their defense. But it's like you said, it all depends on the quarterback play. But Daniel Jones has been good this season. He has been real good this season.
Which is a shocker to me because last season,
I
think he got injured last season too, though. So
yeah,
I can't really.
Yeah, they had injuries last season, but Daniel, I think he has the second highest passer rating in the league.
Behind that boy Tua.
Yeah, not Tua. I don't want to say because like the sample size is small. You know what I'm saying? It's a small sample size so far. So I feel like I want to put him up there with those quarterbacks with Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, all of them. But
you got to see some more.
I got to see more. I got to see what he can do in the playoffs. I respect it. I got to see what he can do.
I said the same thing. I said I want to see what he does this year compared to. I mean, he's already doing better than he did last year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So because he has the weapons that he needs.
Because he has weapons, exactly.
So.
But yeah, I'm not ready to put him up there with those.
They already put him into the MVP talks.
MVP.
So it's like I think
like you said,
mid-season MVP.
It's like you said because he has weapons. He has weapons now. So, now just imagine Lamar Jackson with those weapons.
Super Bowl contender.
Just imagine that's a Super Bowl team right there.
Sure.
Because Lamar only has Mark Andrews, and that's it. Because they traded Marquise Brown, and
I like their receivers that they got over there though. They got Prochet, Bateman. It's not like he has bad receivers. It's just I don't know.
They're not as good. They're not as good as Tyreek. Tyreek, like the Dolphins have 2 of the top 5 receivers in the league right now. In the league, well, like yards wise, receiving yards right. Because Tyreek is number 1,
and then Jalen is like number
3 or 4. Yeah. So if Lamar had those weapons, bro,
he would go stupid.
They would win a good three Super Bowls in my opinion, depending on if they stay healthy. Depending, but getting back into this Philly game, I've been hearing everyone saying that the Eagles, they're basically like the 2020 Steelers when they started. I think it was 8-0. I'm pretty sure when they had that long win streak.
I mean, that could be a good thing and a bad thing because y'all went undefeated. How many games y'all went undefeated?
It was 8 or 9.
8 or 9, and then you got to the playoffs.
We lost to the. Who did we lose to? I think we lost to the Browns that season.
Y'all did.
We lost to the Browns by like 3 points. That's when Baker Mayfield was going crazy. Like, which is just that just upset me so much. Like, because I had a feeling we weren't gonna do good. I just had a feeling.
Honestly, though, I feel like it was y'all defense because y'all offense. I wouldn't say y'all offense was mid, but y'all receivers that y'all had was not. Y'all receivers was not up to par.
Yeah, I see what you're saying because we had Juju, Claypool.
Who else?
Deontay Johnson. But he's our best player on the team though, Deontay Johnson.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
As of right now. But we won though. We beat the Saints. Well, it's the Saints, but shit, we can still make it to the playoffs in my opinion because we tied with the Browns. We're both 3-6, and I think the Bengals are 5-4, and I think
who wasn't in Chargers, right?
No, the Ravens. I think the Ravens are 6-3, 7-3. I
think so.
One of those. But yeah,
I think they're 6-3. Didn't they just have a bye?
Yeah,
they're 6-3, I think.
but I feel like we can sneak into the wild card, in my opinion.
Y'all could.
But we can't lose more than like 2 games. That's it. No more than 2 games.
Who
What?
who on the rest of y'all schedule?
I don't even know. Let me see. I honestly don't know because I haven't really been watching Steelers games lately because we're just bad. We're bad this year. So I've been watching everybody else. But let me see. Oh, we played the eight. Wait, we played the Colts this Sunday. Now, honestly, I feel like that game could go either way. It can go either way.
Cole's not. Y'all
Well,
should
they
win that
just
one.
well. No, I take that back because they just beat the Raiders. They just beat the Raiders this past Sunday.
So they come.
New coach too. Did you heard about the new coach Jeff Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah. First dub as a head coach. But
Where did he come from?
he played with the Colts.
Facts?
He played with Peyton Manning his whole career.
I did not know that.
You know
That was
that?
my first time hearing about him.
Yeah, he was a center. He was their starting center his whole career. But yeah, he just got his first dub as a head coach against the Raiders. The Raiders this year are trash, bro. Like, they're so bad. Like I feel like
I thought they was gonna snap
yeah.
with
Well,
Devontae.
because I don't know why Devontae Adams thought
Derek Carr was better.
he was like Derek Carr was better than Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like, I understand. Like they just kept losing the playoffs and stuff, but bro, like you gon' you gon' you gonna go away from a back-to-back MVP to Derek Carr, which I don't. Well,
but then again, he played with Derek Carr in college. So
that's college, bro. You know how long ago that is? That's college.
I feel like that's what made him do. Like,
well, true. But that's college though.
Like that chemistry been gone.
It's been gone. Yeah, exactly. It's been gone.
It's been gone. So it's like, you feel like what he signed? He signed for how much? For how many years?
Who? Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
I think it was a 4-year deal. 100 is 100 something million. It's not all guaranteed though, but I don't think he's gonna ask for a trade though. It's only been one season.
So if next season don't go as planned, I feel like he's gonna leave. But if he does leave, where will he go?
I don't think he'll want to leave. Well, you never know nowadays, bro. Because some players they don't like waiting. They don't like grinding it out. But if you were to request a trade, the 3 teams that I think he would be a good fit on is the Cowboys, the Ravens, and let me see, Cowboys, Ravens, and shit, he might go back to Green Bay. Who knows? Where he never should have left, in my opinion. Because Green Bay, well, they just beat the Cowboys this past week. But before that, they were on like what, a 5-game losing streak. So
maybe things will start turning around for him.
Nah, I don't think so.
What are they like?
They have no receivers, bro. They have
what
no
is receivers.
4-6? Yeah, they're 4-6 right now. 4-6. They have no receivers. I mean, Christian Watson, he had a Randy Moss type game. He had, I think, three catches and 3 touchdowns. He had a Randy Moss type game, but like you said, I do think Devontae Adams would leave after next season. I do think he would leave. But get back on track with this game, bro. I feel like Taylor Heineke, bro. He's like the greatest backup quarterback of all time. Cause the way he just gets the team going and everything, like it's unmatched. Like, and it's something Carson Wentz can't do. Like, honestly, I feel like even though he's not He's not a good starting quarterback,
Yeah.
Taylor Heineke, but he can't start. He
He's
can't
like
start in my
more
opinion.
of like how
He's like a
when
Ryan.
Philly.
He's like a Ryan Fitzpatrick type player.
Yeah, I was gonna say that same. Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then similar situation, and when he was back in Philly, Carson with Nick Foles when he got injured, and Nick Foles had to come in and he was
Mm.
doing what he had to do. So I
Yeah,
feel like
Nick.
it's a
Oh yeah,
similar.
Nick Foles. Isn't he's on the Colts? I think right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, is it?
yeah I think he is.
And they
He's on the
started
Colts.
Ellinger over.
Hmm. Which is
That's
insane to me. That is insane. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I think he is on the Colts. I don't know why they started Sam Ellinger over
the
Nick
coach
Foles, bro. Like you gonna start a rookie over
over Nick Foles,
a
the person who
MV,
won.
like the best backup quarterback of all time, like literally.
But yeah, though I feel like Heineke he holding his own right now.
Hmm.
So
So wait, hold on. We're gonna get out chat for a little. You think if Carson Wentz had never gotten hurt in Philly, like when they were going the year they won the Super Bowl,
mm,
you think they still would have won if he never
nah,
got hurt? No,
I don't think
really.
I don't think he would. He would. I feel like he would have got to the playoffs. Did he play or he
He
got
got hurt like
injured
he got hurt like right before the
right before?
playoffs.
So I feel like because that was I don't even know though. But in my opinion, I don't think they would have went that far.
No, I feel like they would have won because he was having an MVP type year before he got injured.
And then it could have been another situation where you get to the playoffs, you just freeze up.
So you don't think he would have got? Do you think they would have got to the Super Bowl?
No. They probably
No,
would have won. They probably would have won the first. They would have made it all the way to the championship, and they was gonna lose in the championship.
the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
Mm. I don't know. It really could have. They really could have like they had something until he got injured. But Nick Foles is the goat.
exactly.
Nick Foles is the goat, bro. In my opinion, he's the goat.
Like you said, best backup QB of all time. Almost.
Best backup. I don't know because I fought with Fitzpatrick. Didn't he play with y'all?
He did.
He played with y'all. Yeah, he played with y'all. And then I think after he left the Dolphins, he went to Washington,
Washington.
I believe. We're gonna get into our next topic. We're gonna talk about the. Let me see here. We're gonna talk about the Utah Jazz. So, do you think the Utah Jazz are contenders? I know it's early and everything, but let me get your take on it.
All right. So they what? They 10 and
10-6.
6 right now.
And Larry Markkinen, he
He
going
going
off.
off.
He averaging 22 and 8. But the thing about the Jazz is that they basically have a team full of role players. They don't have like a legit superstar.
They don't have a legit superstar, but I feel like that could be a good thing for them though.
Hmm.
I feel like it would allow them to be able to move the ball around, and it would be just one person having
Yeah.
to just dribble, and
Hmm.
one person creating.
But
So
then again, that can only take you so far though. I don't think that would
with
last in
one
the
person create,
yeah,
yeah, that's
that wouldn't last in the playoffs,
so it's
in my
like
opinion.
I like that the coach he basically instilling in them is like you know do you it's not like
Hmm.
a restrictions over there. He allowing them to play and letting them do and show him like what they're capable of doing.
Hmm.
So I feel like they are contenders to answer your question because they have that freedom to play.
So they're a playoff team. They're not a playing team.
Mm.
And another thing about the Jazz, they share the rock too because they have 5 other players in double digit scoring.
That's what I'm saying. So
Mhm.
if they keep that up, then for sure they're a
And
playoff
they're a
team.
great they're a great 3-point shooting team because they got shooters. They got Malik Beasley, Mike Conley, Kelly Olynyk, Jordan Clarkson too. They have shooters, and they have the I think they have the fourth best record in the West. Well, I don't know as of right now, but because they just lost to New York the other day. But I do think they are I'm not saying they're legit contenders, but they can be a team that
You feel like
they can
they gonna
give.
make
They
a
could be a
run?
team that can give a legit playoff team a scare. Like the Nuggets, for example, they can give a Nuggets. They could upset the Nuggets in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
That would be a nice. That would be a good series.
mhm. But as of legit contenders, I don't think they're legit contenders, in my opinion. I thought they were supposed to be tanking this season. Everyone had them being
Yeah,
real
since
bad this
that whole
season.
little trade and everything, so it's
Yeah,
like,
they were supposed to be bad this season, but they're proving everybody wrong. But I do think as the season goes on, they're like gonna start being.
on decline.
They're gonna start declining. Yeah, as the season goes on. Cause as a there's a they're a top five. They're top five in the power rankings right now. They're top five, and their role players they have like some good ass role players, bro. They got THT, um Jared Vanderbilt, um Rudy Gay. Well, he hasn't really played that much, but Rudy Gay is still a bucket. But going back to Larry Markkinen, he's obviously the best player on the team,
For sure.
and if he keeps this type of play up, I feel like he could be an all star. Because before on well, I don't know if you know, but when he played on the Cavs in Chicago, he was really like trying to like figure out who he was as a player because Cleveland and Chicago they were basically using him as a stretch four,
Mm.
sort of like a Kristaps Porzingis type of player, and that wasn't really like well that he is a good 3 point shooter, but he could do more than that. Just shoot. He can attack the basket. Good post up player. Not a really good defender, but he gives effort. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
He makes up for it on the offensive side too.
Hmm. But now in Utah, like
He that guy.
he got the team is giving him a chance to show like who he is as a player, and he's responding because I do think and I do think he can be an all star caliber player in his career if he keeps this up. Even though they did lose to the Knicks last night,
Me, still, like you said, still early on in the
yeah,
season. So
It's still early on in the season, but I don't. I think they're a playing team, in my opinion. I
playing
think they're a
team.
playing team. They're the best playing team, but I think they're playing. I don't think they're a legit playoff team. Because my legit playoff teams are the Nuggets,
Mm-hmm.
the Mavericks, the I know they're struggling right now, but the Warriors, which is actually our
Yeah, you
next
can't count.
topic.
You can't
Yeah,
count them out.
you can't.
You can't count
They
them.
just won the title. You can't count them out. Who else? The Suns. I got the Suns too. The Suns.
Mm.
The dang, who
Well,
else is in the West?
about the Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, the Grizzlies too. The Grizzlies too. Definitely the Grizzlies. And the Pelicans. Those are my teams that are like legit playoff teams. And
And no Trailblazers.
even though they are playing good right now, I gotta see like more if they can keep it up. I gotta see more.
They bench really not. I don't know. I don't really think they bench like that for real. I
I
feel like
haven't I haven't really watched playing Portland Trailblazers game. What's that? I haven't really watched the Trailblazers play.
the
I
games
mean,
that I've seen is like
I've
I
been
don't know.
watching a lot of like Grizzlies, Pelicans, Celtics, Bucks. Obviously, I've been watching those games, but I need to start watching those games. I need to because I think they have the second best record in the league right now. I think they
My
do.
Portland.
Yeah,
Nah, I think they got the best record. You said they won
yeah, they won last
last
night.
night, so yeah, they
They're
ahead
the
of
number one right
Denver.
now. Um, well, I don't. Because one thing about Dame don't run away from the grind, bro. Like Damian Lillard does not run away from the grind. I thought last season he was gonna leave because he was frustrated and everything with the team.
Yeah, then especially with CJ leaving too.
And he got injured too last season. But before the injury, he wasn't really playing good. So I really thought they were gonna trade him. but they didn't. But he don't run away from the grind.
I feel like they know that he wants to stay in Portland,
Mm.
so they gonna keep
They
him.
just gotta get him a good team
They gotta
around
build
him
around him.
because they got good players. They got Jeremy Grant this past off season,
East
and
Side.
Anthony Simons. He's basically like Damian Lillard 2.0 right now. They got Nurkic. They got Justice Winslow. They also got
Oh, they got Justice?
yeah.
Did not know that.
They got Justice Winslow. They got Gary Payton Jr. I'm not Jr. The second. I mean, they got Gary Payton the second. So they got a good solid team. Is I just gotta see more
Yeah.
out of them. See if they can keep it up. But going back on the Jazz, and plus their coaching staff, they got a good coach. I don't know his name, but I know their coach before Quinn Snyder. He wasn't really a good fit for the team. Because if you have Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert on the same team, you should
He should be
be a
going
contender team.
exactly.
Like you
It
should.
was they were. I don't. They were contending, but it's like they couldn't get over the hump.
But no, because they when they played Dallas last season in the playoffs, I remember Luka was injured for a game or two, I believe, and they still lost. They lost to Jalen Brunson. Like,
Not what? Hey, don't
I mean, no,
disrespect
no,
him
no,
now.
I'm
He's
not,
deep.
no, I'm not disrespecting Jalen Brunson. I'm saying like, if Luka is not playing, bro, that is your opportunity
Yeah,
to win right there.
for sure.
That is your opportunity.
Um,
It's no disrespect to Jalen Brunson, but they should not have lost that game, especially with Mitchell and Gobert healthy.
mm,
But one thing I was watching with the games, when I was watching the playoff games. I felt like Donovan Mitchell wasn't looking for Gobert as much. He was just trying to get his own numbers, really. And that's what.
it
And
be like that.
they didn't even get along anyway. They didn't get along off the court anyway. So I feel like that's what really like
Deal with all that.
yeah. That's really why like they broke up the team and they're rebuilding
Mm.
right now.
The
But
rebuild looking good as of right now, it's looking good. So
well, I wouldn't say they're rebuilding because they still got Jordan Clarkson and Mike Conley on the team. So I don't.
mm,
Well, I don't know. I just got to see how the season plays out. But I don't think they're a playoff team. They're definitely a playing team that could make the playoffs.
now if with you saying that the playing team make it to the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
coming into the playoffs, they 8 seed, right?
Yeah,
So
because
they would
even
be
though the Warriors have been they have been playing bad. Well, we're gonna talk about that next. But even though they have been playing bad, they still they just won the finals last year. So you can't count them out.
by the end of the season because they number 11 right now in the West.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the season, where you feel
Bro,
like
the
they're gonna be?
Kings have the best record in California, bro. Like the Kings, like
And they're 7-6.
they're 7-6. Yeah.
So like I feel like my bad.
Mm.
So like I was saying, like by the end of this season, and they make it to the playoffs as the ACU. Who do you see at that top seed that they would be facing against?
Wait, who
Who did I say? The
King?
Jazz.
Oh, the Jazz, the top seed.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's either the Grizzlies or the Nuggets. Those are my two picks for the top seed. Because
They play the Grizzlies.
John
They
Morant
go
is.
do
I don't know. Did you watch that Pelicans game last night? The Grizzlies and Pelicans game,
No, I missed it.
bro. There's this one play. John Morant, he went up. I'm thinking he's going up for a layup. He goes up for a dunk, and then he switches switches hands, bro, and dunks with his left hand. I'm like, what the fuck? Like he's on some. I don't know, bro. And then there was this other play when the Pelicans were inbounding the ball, and John Morant, like he wasn't facing the ball. He was turned around.
Mm.
And I don't know if this nigga had Spider-Man senses, bro, but he turned around. He turned around, jumped, and caught the pass, took it all the way down the court and scored, bro.
Bro is
So
a freak of nature.
he's he needs to be drug tested, bro, because it ain't no
It's
way
coming.
you're supposed to be
It's
doing
coming.
that, bro. But those are my two picks for the number one seed. But honestly, if Phoenix, now I haven't been watching Suns games either. But
I haven't even.
if Phoenix can get it going, like they did that one when they had that finals run. But then again, CP3 is getting old,
Yeah, so it's like, hmm.
and
I don't see them being that caliber team again. Just like you said, CP3 getting old,
mm,
and then
and then I feel like DeAndre Ayton still has beef with the team because they didn't want to sign him during the offseason. They actually traded him to the Pacers.
yeah, and then
Mm,
they matched the offer and they
yeah, they
got him
matched the
back.
offer at the last second because they knew they was wrong, bro. They
Exactly,
knew they was wrong because he's a top 10 center in the league, in my opinion. He is a top 10 center.
for sure.
Mm, and I feel like that was disrespectful for the Suns to do that. But there's just a whole bunch going on in Phoenix with because they're trying to find a new owner. Because did you hear about their owner?
Mm-mm.
The, Robert Sarver. He was forced to sell the team because of racial slurs and stuff like that. But it's been going on for like a long ass time. Ever since Steve Nash was on the team.
And it's
It,
just not coming
it's
out.
just now coming out. Yeah. Yeah, so uh
What did he say?
I don't know what specifically he said, but
But
he was just saying like racial slurs to,
the
you know,
players,
no, not the players, like staff, the people working there. So yeah, yeah, that's what we're going. But I heard Jeff Bezos was trying to buy the team. I wouldn't be
Jeff Bezos
surprised,
trying to
bro.
buy an NBA team of
And I heard he was trying to buy the
NFL
Commanders
team.
too.
Yeah,
He's trying to buy the Commanders. Yeah,
bro's just
I
doing
forgot
way
the
more than
Commanders.
this.
I forgot the Commanders. Well, I don't know why the fuck they changed their name to Commanders, bro. Like what the fuck, like. Because first it was
Man.
Washington football team.
And
Like,
then you got the rest. Well, I understand why, but at the same time,
yeah,
it wasn't like it wasn't. I didn't see it as being offensive in any way because it's a football team, bro.
yeah.
But like, I feel like the way society is today is like the world
Mm,
has gotten way too sensitive.
mm.
So
Especially like now we got all this technology and stuff like that. So
exactly. So it's like please, you have to try to please everybody. Well,
yeah,
organizations have to try to please everybody now.
yeah. Oh yeah, but before we get back on track, we gotta talk about the Nets, bro. Did you see what KD had said earlier?
Oh, he's damn. What did he say? It had popped up in my
Yeah,
phone.
he said he was talking about the team wasn't good.
He was like,
And
if Seven not
he
on the
called out the
court,
players too. He called out the players, his teammates.
who he
He
said?
was like Edmund Sumner, Joe Harris, Nicholas Claxton, Royce O'Neal. He was like, you can't be mad because we're not good because look at the team. He was basically
Exactly.
saying the team not good, and I was like, bro,
He
you
just
just gonna
out of
call him out like
everybody
that?
like
Like
that.
that's crazy to me. Like, but he's not
He's
lying
speaking
though. He's not
facts,
lying though. He's
right?
telling the
Like
truth.
you said, if Seven not out
Yeah.
there, like what
Don't they
are
don't got
we?
Kyrie? He got his little situation going on,
Which is
but
crazy.
I do feel like he didn't have to say all that though.
That's just gonna create way
I
more problems.
understand because in his opinion, he felt like it needed to be said because everyone was looking at him and saying like, "Oh, why are y'all not winning games?"
Exactly. When
And he gave y'all an answer. That's the answer.
look at the team, but
He
like
called out
they
Steve
gotta.
Nash as well too. He was calling out Steve Nash, saying he wasn't a good coach. Because
Steve Nash not a good coach, bro.
I wanted him gone last season too. Because he's not a good coach.
Terrible.
He's a terrible coach. Which is crazy though. You would think a player like um Steve Nash when he played in the league, you would think he'd be a great coach.
Exactly.
He
So
has
it's
a high
like
IQ and shit. All right, y'all. So we basically got some more technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? So, but we gonna um pick right back off where we left off. We're gonna start talking about the Warriors' early struggles because they're 6-8 right now, 11 in the Western Conference. But Curry has been going off though. He has been going off. He's been going crazy. He's been averaging 33, 6, 6, 6, shooting 43% from three, and he's second in the league in scoring, right behind. I think he's behind Luka, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, Luka
He
dropping
behind
damn near
Luka.
50
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah, Luka been going crazy. Like,
What?
I feel like the Mavs, they rely way too much on him though.
They do.
They rely way too much on him. I mean, they got good players. They got Spencer Dinwiddie, Christian Wood, um, Dorian Finney-Smith. They got good
But
players,
like,
but
I don't think any of them really can. I guess what? How can I say it? Like create they
mm,
shit by they. I mean, basketball is a team sport. Like you're not supposed to
yeah,
just rely on one person.
yeah, it's a team sport. It's a team effort. It's a team
Like
effort.
similar to how the Warriors are. They move the
Mm,
ball around
yeah,
like exceptionally,
and I
exceptional.
feel like
So if they could like emulate that a little bit, at least a little, just a little bit, then
mm,
they would be better off,
I
like better than
seen
they
I
are
seen
now.
this comparison on Twitter. They're comparing Luca's Luca's like staying in Dallas to LeBron's first stay in Cleveland.
Mm.
Cause you saw but I looked at that. I was like, that's not really a good comparison. Cause LeBron's teams were like
So trash.
trash,
They
bro.
were
Like
trash.
he had the like that one season when he went to the finals on 2007 when his first stay in Cleveland.
Mm.
When he went to the finals against the Spurs, like he got swept because you know why? Because he didn't have no help.
No help, man.
No help. By the time he got to the finals, he was gassed.
And it's
Like,
always been like
and the
that.
Spurs, they had a good defensive game plan for him too. So really, all they had to do was stop LeBron. That was it. So, but people was basically comparing that to Luca's team right now with Dallas. But I really don't think that's a
It's not
good.
a.
It's not a good
It's not
comparison. That's not a good comparison in my opinion. In
because
my
he has a
opinion, it's
better
not.
team around
Yeah,
him
he has a
than they.
way better team
Exactly.
in Dallas than LeBron did in Cleveland. His first stint. But yeah, getting back to the Warriors, Clay's been struggling. Jordan Poole's been struggling. Their bench isn't really that good. Like their second best player on the team right now is Andrew Wiggins. In my opinion, it's Andrew Wiggins.
He a dog though, so
Yeah, and I do think Jordan Poole will step it up though. He will step it up, and he'll be their second best player again. But as of right now, it's Andrew Wiggins. He been going crazy. He been balling out. But Clay, talking getting to Clay Thompson, he's been struggling a lot. He's only shooting 33% from three, averaging 14 points, which is because
it's not
I don't.
bad,
It's not bad, but
but
we
he
know
could
he
do
could do better.
better.
Yeah, we know he could do better. But I don't think he's gonna. We're not gonna see the Clay that we were used to seeing ever again. I don't think we're gonna see that
I feel
because
like I'm not gonna say. We'll probably see like little brief stints
yeah,
of it, but long term, nah,
yeah, long
we
term,
ain't gonna
no,
never see that
no,
Clay
not on a
again.
not on a nightly basis.
We're not gonna see that
Yeah.
30 points in one quarter Clay again.
Well, you never know. He might pop off one game. He might pop off one game for a cause. Cause
I believe it when I see it.
and
I just feel like he babysitting right now because of the whole the injuries.
yeah, we do understand he came back from a knee injury and torn Achilles, so we gotta
Exactly.
give him the benefit of the doubt. But all right, so to close out this podcast, I'm gonna do some hot takes. I'm read you some hot takes, and you let me know if these are W or L takes. Um, First one: if Luca retires right now, he will be a Hall of Famer.
That's a dub.
W take.
Mm.
Why you say that?
Because I know some people they be saying like they don't really think a person should be in the Hall of Fame because he don't have any championships and shit like that.
Mm,
But like I feel like Hall of Fame that's including like that's your achievements and what you've done in the league.
yeah.
And plus with Luca coming over from overseas too, you was telling me how the overseas achievements it goes into that too.
Mm,
So like with all that combined, he's done a lot. He's broke a lot of records. So
yeah.
for sure, it's a
Yeah,
dub take.
me, I think this is a W take too. Like I said, he started playing overseas since he was 16 years old, playing with grown men. So, and plus he already got so many records broken in NBA too. So, I do think this is a W take. Yeah, I do think this is a W take. The second one, the Timberwolves will finish with a top five seed.
No,
No,
it's a L.
why is that?
I can name probably 5, 6 teams that's better than them right now.
What teams?
Phoenix,
Mm-hmm.
Golden State, uh, the Mavs, Grizzlies,
Pelicans.
Pelicans. Yeah, I want to say Portland. What
Did you say
I
Golden
said?
State?
I think I did. Yeah,
Portland? Yeah. I think they're better than them. Yeah.
and then if they can keep going, they keep doing what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's gonna last. But if they do, hypothetically speaking, the Jazz.
The Jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, I do think this is an LT too. They have good players. Well, yeah, they have good players. They got Ant, Cat, Gobert. It's just a bad fit because Cat he's not really used to guarding the perimeter, but
Mm-hmm.
he's not a good paint defender either. So it's really like I feel like if they had a player like Miles Turner on their team instead of Gobert, they would be a better team.
For sure.
They'd be a way better team.
I know dog.
Yeah,
Dog.
he's a dog. Yeah, but yeah, I do think this is LT. But our last one, Warriors will go back to back. WL.
They figure it out and they get everything going. They help Curry out so he don't got to drop 40, damn near 30, 40 points a game. Clay, he improves on what he's doing right now. I see them going back to back.
The WT.
Yeah.
I was saying this is a WT earlier, but now that I think about it, I low-key think it's an LT because you got to think about it. The West is stacked, so we really don't know like who. There's no clear cut favorite who will come out of the West. Now Warriors, they did just win the title. They did just win the title last season, but they're struggling right now. But I like you said, they figure out they will make it back. But if they play a team from the East, like in the finals, like the Bucks or even the Celtics, if the healthy Celtics, but I still say this to this day. If the Celtics were healthy, they would have beaten um the Warriors. They would have beaten the Warriors. If Robert Williams was healthy, they would have beaten the Warriors.
Yeah,
because they had Al Horford.
Was not viewed.
Yeah, because they had Al Horford starting at center, I believe, and that really like hurt them because he's slow footed and all that.
He old.
He's still good. He's still a valuable player. He's just real old. Like I feel like he should come off the bench instead of starting.
For sure.
But so that's why I think this is an LT right now. I do think this is an LT. But they might prove me wrong. You never know. They might prove
There's always Warriors.
You never know. It is the Warriors, bro. It is the Warriors. Yeah. But yeah, that's really gonna wrap up the first episode of Gravity Sports Podcast. Finally, we've been trying to do this for who knows how long, bro.
Like, a good 2.5 weeks.
2 weeks, bro. There's like still some things I want to change. Like this wall, I wanna get a poster put right here and get some lights, make it look more like presentable. You know what I'm saying? But this how it starts off, though. You know what I'm saying? This how it starts.